Bullish predictions for AMP costs in 2030 run from 1 cent to 2 cents. Researchers in the market think that AMP could be worth 1 cent by 2025. The price forecast for the bearish AMP market in 2023 is $0. AMP's clients are used to being able to pay immediately and not have to worry about security when making purchases. This is harder for blockchains, but AMP is using collateralization through its AMP token to make sure that network users don't have to choose between speed and security. The security token was just released at the end of 2020, but it has already gained a lot of popularity. Headway, the group is already used by more than 40,000 places, and its digital currency is starting to move forward. Could we ever figure out how much AMPs cost? Is the ticket a way to pay later? What is an AMP in the world of cryptography? There is talk about whether security or speed should come first. To make sure that every trade is safe, security is needed, but speed is important for a blockchain to be widely accepted. AMP's answer to this problem is called collateralization. Customers can bet cryptocurrency on every transaction to make sure it will bring down the maker of Flexo organization. Tyler Spalding also helped set up AMP. It is based on the Flexo organization and records, and people can use AMP for safe and quick transactions from their own resources. Vendors can make sure that payments keep coming in by combining Flexa and AMP. The coin's process started at $0 and is for records that can be checked. It stayed at this price for a long time, but then it suddenly went up to cross 3 cents. After that, trading was steady until AMP reached a record high of 12 cents. However, after that, the coin had a dangerous drop and retested around 3 cents. AMP's white paper says that it fills a need and is a way to bring together a group of people with the same goals and deliver tokenized financial organizations. This is done by putting together a non-inflationary stimulus with positive and negative inputs. Circles of increasing spending capacity are used to show that AMP is a low-risk investment whose value is based on the utility it provides by allowing decentralized ownership and support in financial institutions. Applications based on AMP can be much more cost-effective than existing frameworks and help remove the staggering weight loss of traditional social and monetary systems. At the moment, the archive proceeds AMP are worth nothing. AMP has moved 3.63% so far with a trading volume of 793,306. AMP is currently ranked 176 among all digital currencies with a market capitalization of $131,928,088 using the general strength file moving weighted normal Williams fractal. And moving normal combination uniqueness from the chart above, we can figure out price patterns for AMP to decide if it will have a bullish or negative year. Market information and all other information is updated live on our site. This lets us give dynamic cost estimates based on what's happening on the market right now and value forecasts. From some points of view, 2023 AMP is one of the cryptocurrencies that will rise the most this year. The AMP price prediction for 2023 is for a big rise in the last part of the year, possibly all the way to $0. As with other digital currencies, the rise will be slow, but there shouldn't be any big drops. This is a very ambitious goal, but it could be reached soon if people work together. Headway AMP is supposed to be worth nothing at the start. AMP value expectation 2024. Every 2024 AMP cost forecast has a lot of room for change because of the likely declarations of various new groups and drives. We think the price of AMP will soon go up above $0. Still, we should wait to see if the AMP's overall strength record comes out of the oversold zone before putting down any bullish trades. Taking into account the uncertainty of the market, bets will trade with a base exchange price of $0. Usually, swapping money costs nothing. AMP, expected value in 2025, if the rising pattern continues until 2025. It could reach 1 cent, and AMP might do well if the market goes down. The goal might not be reached. AMP is supposed to trade for an average price of $0 and a low price of $0 2025. Expectations for the value of AMP in 2026. If AMP does a good job of supporting the market sentiment of digital currency fans according to our predictions, the price of one AMP coin could stay the same for the next 5 years. In 2026, AMP is expected to hit and beat its all-time high. In 2026, the virtual cash will be worth 1 cent, have a starting price of 1 cent, and usually cost 1 cent. After looking at a lot of Guanjing doing some specialized research, we think that by 2027, the price of an AMP should reach a normal amount of 1 cent with a minimum price of 1 cent expected before the end of the year. AMP has a maximum value of 1 cent, and if it can break through the safe level in 2028, it could reach a maximum price of 2 cents. If AMP doesn't get the help it needs by 2028, it could get as little as 1 cent. The bullish trend from last year is expected to continue, so the base exchange rate has been set at 2 cents and the annual cost is expected to be above 2 cents in 2029. AMP value expectation 2030. By 2030, AMP will finally outperform its past ADH values and set a new price level. The base price could be 2 cents, and the highest price could also be 2 cents. This would make the average price 2 cents. AMP value expectation 2031. The digital money market is known to be very unstable, which is one of the many reasons why it's hard to figure out how much something will cost. We make an honest effort to predict future sticker prices accurately, but you shouldn't take all of our predictions as financial advice. By 2031, we expect digital currency to be accepted in many places, and the highest AMP cost is expected to be 3 cents. Due to confirmations about security and speed, AMP has a lot of promise in the crypto field. However, for the AMP digital currency to be a real success, it needs to do more. Experts agree that it will likely continue to grow its surroundings and show how it can be useful. What does the AMP cost today? As of today, the AMP is trading at $0, and its total market price is $131,109,988, which is plenty. Venture AMP became one of the most talked about coins in the crypto space last year. Because of this, it is smart to say that AMP is a good choice for trading. How high could AMP ever get? In the next 5 years, the average price of AMP could drop to $0 a year. It is expected that AMP will do better than 2 cents a year. How much will AMP be worth in 5 years, given that digital cash is becoming more popular? If there is a lot of